Hey guys, let's take a look at this replay. We go up against Mathismight, and we look at our packs here. We don't want to go with the Tarantulas, too risky. The Marksman spec looks pretty good, but we don't want the Marksman, so we end up just deciding the cost control. The Mustangs are pretty bad, but at worst, they're just chaff, so it's not the end of the world. So Mathismight, if you don't know, he's, in my opinion, he's basically the best player in the game, or, you know, one of the best players in the game. Same level as pretty much the best. So yeah, we've played him, you know, a lot, and we've lost every time except for once. So our record is probably around 10 to 15 losses, 1 win. And yeah, he's definitely one of the guys that when we discovered the fate of Phantom Race strategy, he was one of the only guys we weren't able to beat. So yeah, in our eyes, he's like the best player, because he was we were never able to beat him, pretty much, except for the one time, right? So yeah, but anyways, we love the opportunity to play against the best, and this is why we're looking at this game here. So we go with the hounds because we're planning to. The only way we can win against this guy is if we cheese him. There's no way we win. I mean, we won, let's say, 1 game out of 15, but we would win 0 games out of 1,000 if we just played normal. So our only shot at beating one of the best players is to go with a cheese strategy. So the opponent goes also for the hounds. I guess this makes sense. Maybe the arc lights is better for him, but because of you know, all these units. But we're not going to argue with arguably one of the best players in the world. And the only reason we get our hounds is because we want to do our hound cheese. And it's going to be quite interesting how we pull this off here. So we lose the first round. That's not a big deal. We expect to lose the first round. And I think we're just going to skip on our end. So we start going for our Phantom Rays. This is normal. This is what we do every single game. But we decide to do something more fancy. We sell out of one of the Mustangs, and then we go straight into Phantom Oil. So this is round 2. We already have Firehounds and Phantom Oil. So this is pretty early, to say the least, and we didn't even have to borrow. We could have borrowed and put another hound here, but there's no oil to kind of go along with it. So this is good. So we are down the deployment, but we have our magic flying Vulcans on round 2. And the opponent, he goes with the marksman. Everything he has is capable of burning. The hounds, they burn surprisingly quick. Everything's on fire, and we win the round here. All right, so we skip. The supply enhancement is probably a pretty good item to choose, but it takes 3 rounds to pay itself off, and we don't really plan on playing like past 3 more rounds. Like going to round 6 is already considered late. We're trying to end this game as soon as possible. We need every single momentum. We're probably even going to start borrowing, you know, this round. Because of we play cheese, he plays standard, so we play short term. He plays long term. Long term, he will win. Short term, we're trying to just win before he goes. So now we borrow. We get the more deployments of rays, hounds, and we click shield on the Phantom Ray, because The Phantom Rays, they're a little bit vulnerable to the marksman, but now with the shields, they're pretty much unkillable. And we were expecting him to build more marksman. It looks like he went hound with the armor. So the armor is good for the fire, but it dies to the Phantom Rays. So a questionable decision. I guess it makes sense in some ways, but you know, you also have to take into account that the Phantom Rays do very well into the hounds. So we win that round yet again, and it's starting to snowball a little bit for us, which is good. So the unit drop comes, and this is quite interesting. We already have the fire, so we probably don't need fire. Plus he has hounds with armor. So we go with the Scorpion because Scorpion's quite good into the hounds, we think. And the opponent does the same thing. So we have our Scorpions. I think we end up selling out of one of the Scorpions. We just keep building more Phantom Rays because Phantom Rays are countering everything. They're spreading oil everywhere. We already have 3 hounds. That's probably enough until he does missile interceptor technology. And interestingly, on round 4, he gets the Abyss. He unlocks it, paying 200, and goes for efficient maintenance. And this is the concept where the theory is that the Abyss is going to counter the Phantom Rays, kind of like the Raiden, kind of like the boat. But the theory is that the Abyss can kill more Phantom Rays than, for example, a boat, because it's a larger unit, it's got a sweeping beam. Or at least that's the theory, okay? So we get our oil. We have 150 left over. We get our oil, so we figure we might as well just light stuff on fire more. It's just good for us. For 150, you know, it's cheap. And let's see how the Abyss does. We don't have any chaff here. The chaff is all here, so we're out of chaff. So the Abyss is shooting directly at the Phantom Rays, and it's doing a lot. It kind of just one-shotted. Like it killed 2-3, right, you know, pretty quickly. This is pretty terrifying. There goes another 3 Phantom Rays. So here we were able to dodge it. So it looks like when the Phantom Rays move, they're able to dodge it. But that was, you know, that was 2 right there. Scorpion goes down. And now, thankfully, to the tower debuff, we don't lose any Phantom Rays here. And again, the tower's still debuffed, and we're able to win that round. So the Abyss is a little bit scary, but you know, he can't lose the tower. Okay, so I think we might just skip here or go for the amplifying core. I just don't know if it's worth investing more money. So we both skip. I mean, we only have a level 2 Phantom Ray, so it's not worth putting the amplifying core on it, or it's very borderline. It's probably going to cost us some tempo. The opponent goes for another Abyss. Now he goes for Wreckage Recycling. This restores HP equal to the damage it does. So this is probably the best technology he can get against the Rays. We just keep going more Phantom Rays, and we put them all on the line. Sells out, starts selling out of the Stormcrawler. The Scorpions are already sold out. We've sold out of our Scorpions. We start getting some attack defense upgrades. We borrow and we get the second defense upgrade just to make sure that the Phantom Rays hopefully can tank an extra shot from the marksman, or maybe tank an extra shot from the Abyss. So let's slow this down and see what happens here. So it hits these things, but it seems that like the level 2 Phantom Rays are surviving. Yeah, the level 2 Phantom Rays are surviving because of the shield. It's only hitting 1 Phantom Ray here per beam, the last beam. It's only killing 1 Phantom Ray there. It looks like the boat would have done more with its splash, but just depends on how the Phantom Rays are positioned. Sometimes it kills 2, sometimes it kills 1. This is only going to attack 1 at a time, but now what about this beam? Yeah, so it kind of attacked 3 of them. It killed 1. here. It kind of killed one, attacked 4. Does it get another beam off? And the wreckage recycling, it does kind of it kind of helps it, but it's just a little bit not enough. Again, it's not able to power through. This is basically 3 packs, so it can't power through 3 packs of Phantom Rays. So it's kind of not worth its money, because the money is 4 packs worth. But they are level 2 though, so I think, yeah, I think it's important that it gets the level. So we go for the Melter, and I think we just sell it. You can argue that the Melter with range is going to counter the Abyss. It absolutely will. But right now, we just want to see if we can win in a pure Phantom Ray versus Abyss mirror. So he goes for the another Abyss, and now it looks like he's got range. We both take tower range. And this is the real battle here. Yeah, we throw down some missiles because we have just so much money left over. We don't know what to do with it. We've already got our attack upgrade, and we got burst because we were thinking that, okay, the you know, the wreckage recycling, it could regenerate so much more health. Maybe with burst, we're able to kind of burst them down. So the beams are shooting way further now. So we're going to slow this down just to see what the Abyss actually does to the Phantom Ray. So it kind of does something, but they kind of get one shot though from the Phantom Rays. That's the problem. And yeah, this it really didn't work. The beam shoots way too slowly. Like, the beam should shoot like 3 times as fast, maybe, and then it would be in a wider beam. Then maybe, but it's at this point, it's just like, it's like an old man with crutches, just like walking around and like you know, she's shooting a slice in the air with a pocket knife. It's and it's just getting massacred by like I don't know, like a Gatling gun. So yeah, we win that game, and we're very happy because Mathismight is one of the most difficult players to play against. However, I guess in some ways it doesn't really count as a real victory. I mean, it's going to be a real victory, but he was testing the Abyss. And now the problem is, if we ever play Mathismight again, he's not going to go Abyss anymore. He might put some tanks down as chaff. We hope he tries that next, but he's going to go back to the boats, and the boats absolutely just massacre the Phantom Rays. Or he might go Raiden or something. So we were quite lucky that he was experimenting with the Abyss. And we were also lucky that the Abyss didn't get a level. If the Abyss got a level, the thing could be completely different, right? Because it not only damages twice as quickly, which thins out our numbers twice as quick, it also heals for twice as quick. So there could be a point where if he got a Abyss at level 3, they're just, you know, they're just kind of unkillable, kind of like a melting point with the energy absorption technology. Anyways, I hope this was enjoyable. We showed you how you can go level 2 Hound Fire with Phantom Ray oil, and we didn't even start with the Hounds. We had to buy the Hounds in level 1, and the only thing that we did was we just sold out of one of our 200 cost units, and we had enough on round 2 to fully have the you know, the starting pack, the starter pack for Ray Oil Hound Fire, which is this, right? So if you have this, you know, this is going to go on fire, this is going on fire. When you and for your third pack, you just add it here, so just in case this goes on fire. Now it can be easily countered by something here. That would easily counter this, but we're lucky the opponent didn't do that to us this round. But anyways, hopefully that was fun and educational. And remember, you can do the same thing with quick supply. You get 200 extra credits, so it's the same thing as cost supply on round 2. It's an extra 200. So just sell one of your 200 cost units. You don't even have to borrow, and you're gonna get this setup. And with this setup, I mean, you can go into there's very few things on round 2 that they can build that's gonna survive fire, right? Because I mean, he could go fire extinguisher, but we're lucky he didn't have the fire extinguisher tech. That's why this worked. Now, if your opponent has the fire extinguisher tech, maybe you don't do this because all he needs to do is click one technology and you end up wasting 2. On the other hand, if you have just so many, you can kind of still focus down the hounds and eventually respread the fire, but it's kind of risky. This works well with opponents who don't have the fire extinguisher. All right, guys, hopefully that was fun, and we'll see you in the next one.